So, what does this and this, all of that, have in common? Stick around and you'll see. So this is actually my Yorkie, Tony. I call him Little Tony. He was my firstborn puppy, but he's from what I call the sophomore class. What makes this in common with the box is today's the last day that I'll have the freshman class of puppies who are all adopted out and going to their homes tomorrow. But with every ending, there's a new beginning, and that new beginning involves this. I know you guys don't like my backdrop, so I had to use a couple of these blankets, so there's more backdrop now. This is, if you didn't know, a Schmidt-Ruben model 1889 straight pull. I believe it's a 12+1 rifle, and originally I wasn't planning on buying one of these because I didn't think I could afford one of these. I was actually looking for K31s and K11s. But then, thanks to Othais from C&Rsenal, I learned that these are actually smokeless powder, which instantly put it on my radar. Because if you know anything about me, I'm anti-black powder. I'm also anti-rimfire. But I'll still shoot either one. It's just I'm not going to clean either one. So anyway, this is going to be a slightly different restoration video. Sorry for the shadows too, by the way. The light's actually behind me. But I picked this up on Gunbroker over a week ago. And I managed to order a new bolt handle, new Bakelite bolt handle, which I'll change someday. But right now that screws in there pretty tight. So I'm going to leave it for now. All the reloading stuff, which is actually over on my bench, and yeah, pretty much everything else showed up before the rifle, even though I ordered everything else 4 days later. When you bet on the Postal Service, you're guaranteed to lose. And they want us to actually send in our votes with them. Anyway, this is going to be a slightly different restoration video. All the metal on this gun is actually in really good shape. The bluing is in pretty good shape. I'm not going to boil vessel this one at all. I've got oil soaking into all the screws right now. But when you see me next, what I'll probably do is I'm going to disassemble this entire rifle, and we're going to treat the wood. This is going to be a slightly different restoration. Like I said, we're just going to hit this with denatured alcohol, 4/0 steel wool, and we're going to reseal it with tung oil. I'm not going to destroy the finish. I'm just going to take off the surface mung, because if you look carefully here, these are not holes in the stock. What this is bloom. Moisture got into the little pores of the wood, and I believe this is the beginnings of mold or oil or something. But it should all come out. You can feel it when you rub your finger across it. So, I mean, I'm fairly confident that all this is going to come out. But I just thought I would share that with you, because I'm going to reiterate the point that you can hit this with steel wool. You can restore or preserve what's already there without erasing or destroying it. So sit tight, and in the next segment, I'll have all this taken apart. Just to preface everything, I did inspect this. The bore is shiny and sharp and bright, super clean. The seller was very thorough with all his pictures. This was actually the least expensive of 3 1889s he had on sale, because I was pretty confident that I can clean up this stock. The other two rifles were a couple $100 more, and to be perfectly honest, mechanically they weren't in any better shape. So I think I got a steal of a deal, and I've got a really cool, super long rifle. So anyway, enough babbling. Let me get this thing apart, and we'll continue from there. As you can see, my dog, little Tony, has no idea what's going on right now. So this is what's going on. Gun has been stripped to its bare parts. There's a really good video on YouTube if you need to see how to do this. I just checked it to verify when I started taking it apart, because the lower metal of this gun was never taken out of the stock, so it took a little bit of persuasion to do it. But if you're gentle and you're patient, you can do it without chipping out wood and breaking it or ruining it. So here we are, barreled action all the way up here. I'm going to clean this part here, which is the barrel bushing. However, the rest of the barrel, as you can tell, if I can get in close here, is mint, like super mint. I'll put in a close-up of this too. I don't know how well it's going to show up on camera, so I'll put in a B-roll picture. I've never done that before, but it's the first time for everything. Also, here's the stock and the fore end. No cracks, just a dent right there. I can live with it. Just honest wear, right? So here's the worst of the stock issue. What I suspect this is, I'll get a close-up of this for you too also, is mold. It's moisture bloom in the pores of the finish. So the way we're going to tackle this is I'm going to hit it with denatured alcohol again and steel wool. And I should be able to get to the lower levels of this stuff without taking out the stain and ruining the finish. And then what I'll do is I will seal it with a coat of tung oil, probably 2 or 3 coats. And then once I'm done with the 3 coats, I'll hit it with paraffin wax. And then I get to put my brand new heat gun to work to sweat it and buff it. And then we'll put the whole thing back together. This video is obviously going to be a lot shorter than the last one because there's no assembly of tools this time. This is literally just good old-fashioned elbow grease. So good old 4/0 steel wool, good old denatured alcohol. You may notice that I didn't take the butt plate off. I didn't want to do that yet because I didn't want to soak anything into the grain of the wood on the edge. So I left that intact. That, and it's really, really stuck on there. So I didn't want to blast it out yet. But when I get to the oiling phase, I'll go ahead and take that off too. But all the other metals off. The stock was perfect. It's beautiful. The inside is perfect and beautiful. No cracks at all. No wood soak. Nothing. Like, I got a cherry 131-year-old rifle. I have 0 complaints. I'm very happy with the seller. I left him a very good review. Bolt fully functions. Everything works as it should. Magazine disconnect works as it should. If you were on the fence about one of these, it's time to go buy one. You can thank Othias for the popularity of these things jumping in the last couple of weeks, but yeah, totally get one. So anyway, I'm gonna get to work, and the next time you'll see this, it will have been stripped and probably oiled and sealed. And I'll try to get it right back in this orientation so you can see the before and after, and I'll zoom in the before and after for this area here so you can see how that turned out. So stick around, it's coming up next. Okay, so this is after refinishing. As you can see, it's nice and shiny, huh? So the bloom I got out, but the staining in the wood is never coming out. But that's fine. Like, I didn't want to sand it. I didn't want to obliterate the finish. You do notice it's a little bit lighter. But this here was just denatured alcohol, 4/0 steel wool, a good old-fashioned scrub down, and I believe this was 4 coats of tung oil, just to kind of seal it. So this here is just standard wood restoration. Like I said before earlier, like the barrel bluing, everything was perfect. I didn't have to touch it. I did have to do the barrel bushing, which cleaned up really nice, as you can see. It was just mother's mag polish and a Dremel with a buffer wheel. And I cleaned up the bolt a little bit, and it's smooth as butter. But you know, this was just a little bit of elbow grease and about maybe 2 hours worth of work of scrubbing, cleaning, and resealing. And overall, I'm pretty happy with the way it, turned out. Like, the color lightened up a little bit, so it's more like the K11 and K31s. and I'm sure there was a bit of mung because you can see some of the darkness there. I didn't, scrub too hard or whatever. I didn't want to like ruin the finish, but it's all clean. All the cartouches are there. Give me just a sec. Let me put my phone down. Like here, you can see all the markings are still super crisp. So I didn't obliterate anything. This is just a sympathetic restoration and preservation, essentially. Doing the maintenance, as Mark Novak would say, and I'm perfectly cool with that. So the next step will be final assembly, and I'll put it back together and you'll see the finished product. But there it is. Sorry about the jiggly camera. So there it is, my completed 1889 Schmidt-Ruben straight pull long rifle. So you can see all the metal on it's gorgeous. I didn't have to do any metal. This was probably one of the easiest restos I've had to do. And I took the wood outside after I applied the tung oil, and I thought, you know what, one more coat. So yeah, it's a little shiny. It'll dull out the more I handle it, but the one thing that I was a bit disappointed with is I got the bloom out. As you can see, the bloom is not god-awful, but the staining was left behind. So it's just something I'm gonna have to live with. I wasn't gonna sand it and ruin the finish, so I can live with it though. I'll probably stick in like an HD close-up, because I know this camera's resolution is not the greatest, but thank you for putting up with it. I know it's kind of frustrating for some of y'all to watch these. But anyway, yeah, this is my Swiss 1889 straight pull. And functionally, it's clean. I can't get it open with one hand, sorry, but functionally she's a clean operating machine. And if you were on the fence about getting one of these, I would highly encourage you to go ahead and do so, because they're only going to get more expensive. And later on, I will do a reloading video on making ammo for this. I'll be loading it in the GP90/23 variant. So the good news is you get to use a 308 bullet, full metal jacket, Spitzer, and you also get to use 7.5 by 55 brass. And I found out earlier today, you don't even have to trim it. So that 0.5 millimeter that they say you need, at least my rifle, I don't. So maybe I'll share the recipe with you, but there will be a reloading video involved with that. And as you can see here, the magazine disconnect does work. See how the magazine drops there? Goes right back into place with a little bit of persuasion. There. So anyway, I'd like to thank you for watching, and if you like what you see, please like, share, subscribe, and I guess stay ever vigilant. But until the next time, we'll see you later.